Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today we're going to take a look at the Tangle ButtaCup from Shawna Martin. Um, this is it's really cute. It's a nice, it's a border tangle, but you could, do it over and over again and create a fill-in or something really, really neat. All right. And I think I'm gonna go fancy. I do think. Sure, why not? I did it as a straight uh, border. Well, okay, and changing sizes too. Apparently, yeah, that works. All right, so whatever your line might be, um, make one of them. Like I'm picturing, it could be like a string line even. So I'm picturing in the middle, or if you like to draw um, wavy border lines on your when you do traditional Zentangle, um, then that could fit right in. Anyway, all right. So then, after you have your the margins of your border set, we're gonna come in, and I'm gonna start in the middle, and just put little orbs spread out. Oh, let's see, what is this? About a pen width ish apart, and kind of keeping it in the middle, like so. So, as I'm scooting it off. Uh, Although that's scooting it away from me. Usually I pull it towards me. It's so funny. All right, then we're going to make what looks like X's through this, and I'm going to just start in the middle, just because. And so what I'm doing is I'm eyeballing. I wouldn't, I'm not going to normally do this. I'm eyeballing for like what is close to the center here, and just coming from that orb, and almost I do one side at a time, and almost a zigzag through. And then here we just go, oh yeah, there'll probably be one, somewhere. Oh, actually, I can do a part one. Okay, and then we'll continue this way. And they don't, this one I'm doing it without having them meet. In my step out, I had them meet. I don't think it matters. So don't worry about that. All right, and then here too, that would probably go up, and let's just say it would go down somewhere else. Okay, and then we'll do the other side. And you could possibly do this as, I need to do this so that when my hand is not in the way. There we go. Hollowing it, but then again, if you've curved it or anything, then that could cause challenge. As I tried doing it, hollowing it, and I didn't like how it turned out. So I thought, well, this still gives the impression, and it works out good. All right, and there we go. Next, we're gonna put some fescues in here, and all of a sudden I'm like, in here, no, in the little triangles. And fescue is just like this. It's just kind of a curved line with a ball on the end of it. That's what it looked like to me from in Shawna's step out. I think in the one box she had it like um, had a curved line and then an orb, and I just decided, well, I'll just put it all in one because this really is fescue. You can decide, how big of a orb you want on the end, and then you can always adjust it. And she just has three of them coming out and on both sides of that orb. I just think that this looks so delicate, especially with the last step. Just kind of sets it off. And being that we are, we're in May at the time of this recording, and, it's like everything, we're all thinking flowers because it's been such a, well, at least us that have a winter, it's like, oh, time for flowers, and we're ready. Okay. Now, next step. If you have done the tangle bales, you will recognize this. So we're going to put a curve line on the outside of all of these straight lines. So it kind of ends up being like bales. And then we're gonna fill them in afterwards. But actually, I think I'm gonna fill mine in and put a little shine on them. Because as I was doing the step out, I was like, oh, I should do that. And I thought, oh, I'll do it on the video. And well, the other reason for not filling it in right away is it's kind of neat to see, well, what does it look like? Even just like that. See, now that kind of makes me think of like butterflies, sort of. Zentangle, non-representational butterflies. Yes, that's what those are. But it looks kind of neat without even filling those in. And, it is Zentangle, and we get to do whatever we want. So you can put your own take on it. Like I said, I'm going to fill it in. It is nice to have contrast, too. So it's kind of like, well, which do I want to have? And you can have both. Because you can do it again and do it a different way. That's the fun. And so what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going up about halfway. And then if I don't like it, which I think I do, and I just scribble. A lot of times I will do this where I scribble like kind of in the middle, like that, and then fill in the other, from there to the end. That helps me to also remember, oh yeah, that's right, I'm doing that. Because sometimes when you're doing, when I do the fill in, sometimes you just kind of get in the zone and you're like, oh no, I filled it all the way in. Oops. I think that looks rather neat. That one was just too wide. Now, on the, if you go to the description section of the video here, and take a look at the For More Inspiration link, that will take you to Tangle Patterns, which is where I found this. And you can see Shawna's step out and also her examples. And so she has one where she just has the border, but then has one that where she's done layers. So like you could add another line and just rinse and repeat, just do them, but you would just have them back to back like that, and it does create a really neat kind of fill-in type tangle. And then she did some too without the line. So if you're good at you can do it. I mean, one of the things about Zentangle, because we always joke on our sessions about the eraser and all of that. And the eraser thing, I mean, if you're doing it, as the method, there are reasons behind not using an eraser. And the one thing about tangles is that Rick and Maria say there shouldn't be any kind of formation, grid or whatever that you then erase later. Usually when we do things like this, it's like, well, we put that in pen, it's part of the design. And so if you can, and I'm sure you can start with orbs and then just, decide, well, you could just make a zigzag from there, and then whatever happens, happens. Yeah. And see, if I don't have a foundation like that, I just have to think too hard, and that. And sometimes that's just not fun. So, oh gosh. All right, there we go. I think that looks rather cute. It really does. And even if you just have it filled in solid, or like I said, if you left it open, it still looks rather neat. Now, shading. She didn't. Let me look. Let me look back. If it gets softer here, it's because my mouth is away from the mic. Looking. Yeah, she didn't necessarily do shading, but we can. Oh, let's see. And how should we want to do this? Well, we could do it like a traditional border. The other thing I'm thinking, because we have all of this just, you know, empty area. Let's do this. Well, because the regular way I would do it, and this was my first thought, was, well, you put graphite on the inside of this line and on the inside of this line and shade it. But why not just push? Ooh, and it just had another thought. You could also put a nice tangle in these. So I don't want to. Well, that didn't go right up to the edge, did it? I'm breaking my own rules of putting the tip, having it angled the right way. This is what happens when you don't do that. All right. Here's what I was thinking. In the middle here. You know what? I'm gonna do it my regular way. Why am I trying to? I don't know what I'm trying to do. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to make it not take long. And sometimes when you try to do that, you just make a bigger mess. All right, so here's what I'm thinking. You could do a nice background pattern in there. I'm picturing like cheesecloth or stir it up / amaze. It's the one of the few tangles that has two names. Um, you could do that behind there. That could be kind of neat. And shade it. I like that. Oh, and then so if I'm going to do that, then I could always do this. And just shade the outside. That looks cool. Oh, fun. You could also just shade this side. What's so fun is it's up to you. And when you have lots of options, that just means lots of playing. Sometimes it's like you still see that line there. Can you see that? You can see that line. Oh. Sometimes if you put the tortilla more on its side, it grabs that graphite. That helped. That helped. Mmm. Super cute. Yeah. All right. That's a keeper. All right. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, I would love it if you click the like button. And if you liked it, spot there. If you liked it enough to see more, would love to have you be a subscriber to the channel. I already mentioned I briefly mentioned the description section. In that, you will find links to step outs. I always do my own version and then link to the creator of the Tangle so you can see it right from their hand and their samples if they provide any. It's just really, I think it's really cool and important to do that. Oh, and as I'm looking at Shawna's, she did what if you put these kind of back to back. Well, that or either way, she put some other little designs in there. So do take a look. It'll help give you some ideas. Um, Below the step outs are ways to connect with me if you wish. And I'm going to mention it now because I should. If you would like to hang out with a bunch of what we were calling ourselves, we're a bit nutty, but we're not dangerous or something like that. Luna, I think that was you said that. Yeah, we're a little crazy, but but we have a lot of fun, and it's a super supportive group. There's lots of encouragement, lots of brilliance, that we can glean from each other. Uh, oh, I want to try that. Oh, I want to try this, and it's just such a really nice community. So, if you would like to join us, click. It's like the last link in the last link, I think, in that section, and there are 3 questions to gain entry, membership questions, so you do have to answer those. But that's it. So other than that, I have my Facebook page is there, so if you want to follow me, and my website is there also in that section, a link. So if you want to see what classes I do, there's some other ways to follow me for classes, and also if you want to follow my blog there as well, because I do have a link. I always forget to mention that. I have to get better at sending out notices of classes on the blog, but there are other places, where I post them where you can sign up, um, and that's probably better. so, so with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.